Okay, katate dori tenkan means same side wrist grab, turning. So in the Tenkan exercise, what we do is we face the attack, we face the conflict, and then we blend with it through turning and looking and seeing through our opponent's eyes, our attacker's eyes, and move forward from there. So it's a lesson in life that when you have conflict coming on, step aside, blend with that, and move in a direction that you can find a harmonious resolution to it. It looks like this, starting with the left hand. Hup! 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 Or from this direction. Hup! Hup! Three. Hup! Now in our dojo, we do two versions of this. That's the classic version that everybody does, and then we also have Tenkan Sayu or Sayu Tenkan. That is a more modern version. But let's spend a little time with the basic version here. What's going on? You have to offer, your shoulders are square, don't offer sideways. Offer, your palm is down typically. Person is grabbing your wrist. Don't have this hand way back here. You should have it somewhere well within your range. And then you're going to move around this point. This is the pivot point. This doesn't move. Now you end up the same way, except palms up. And since he was grasping, his balance will be broken. So this doesn't move. You focus, you move past. So you're moving in, moving past, drawing your foot, ready to move forward. So the beginning key test, he first offers, and he's square to me so that when I push, he's very strong. Okay? If he tilts this just even like 30 degrees, he's out. Here's his range of effectiveness. This isn't, so I can easily push him over on his back. Very good. Now, and again, I can't lift. But if he pushes his back a little bit, he's going to hold exactly the same way. I'm going to lift exactly the same way. He can't control it. Keep it within your range. Doing the exercise, whoop! And there it is. So the exercise he's moving through is pivoting so that the palm starts down and comes up, and he's sliding the foot back. Pivot! And you have to be just the same way, square, and that's all very good. And here's what it looks like when he holds me. And the situation here is that there might be a slight tug. After all, he might be thinking of hitting me now, right? So his mind is here. He may be pulling this in so he can get me there. So of course I have to relax. I put the edge of the turn right here at the base of his hand. And I turn right around that spot. You see what happens to him? He loses a little bit of balance. It's easy for me to blend and turn. Here. So I put the edge here. I don't let this go in. I don't want this to drag it in. That's impossible. So I have to leave this here. It's dragging in. It doesn't go anywhere. In fact, he drags himself under, like an undertow. Right? So here, this hand ready in case I'm slow and he throws a punch. You can do something, right? So you need to have that other hand up. But we're going to be here by the time he throws that. And turn. So Tenkan is turning. The classic Tenkan is made for when he's already got you and is pulling slightly. Because he's pulling slightly, you move in deeply beside him, turning around the wrist, not moving the wrist in. So this might occur about a third of the time, but let's try that. Let me highlight a few mistakes that people make. First, they put their mind in the wrist and the hand. You can see that when I'm like this, and even though I might have gotten here, the whole posture thing is bad, so when I try to move, it's very difficult. My mind is connected to here, then we blend and we're connected here, and we look around and see the world together. Tenkan is yielding and moving forward with your attack. And when I say moving forward, this is not forward, this is backwards. Moving backwards, you would continue to pivot around this forward foot. So you try to keep pivoting and moving this back foot. That's not the way you want to go. You want to pivot around the back foot moving forward. It's almost like I could do this with a peg leg, but it's better to walk with both feet. So I pivot and walk forward. So as I was coming around, we were talking about it's best to have two hands out, and as if you're serving drinks or a tray of hors d'oeuvres, you have things here. So everything's nice and even. He's got my wrist. I say, oh, would you like some? Would you like some? And you want to look broadly. You don't want to look at the food. You run into this food. So that's important as well. So you would think that this exercise is so difficult. This little exercise, it's hard to keep everything going. So sometimes you need some props to help you. So we're going to use the sword. We're going to think about the sword to let live and the sword to guide us. Okay? And we can do both Tenkans this way. John's going to be over here. And he's going to grab my wrist. Okay? And maybe there's a slight pull, although for him to be pulling is a little questionable, but that's the condition for the first one. So if I make this the edge and I come here, see how easy it is to do this movement. This sword has made this movement incredibly easy for you to do. Now, you can practice with the other hand as well. So you're here. The blade is pointing away from him and cutting. The tip is here he is. I say, hey, see that? So this is how we can practice the first one. And then once you've done that, try doing it without the sword. Imagine you have the sword. So imagine I have the sword. I come here. Notice when you have the sword, it's pointed this way. And then when you come here, it's pointed up, and then you swing. Okay? So shall we?